Hi guys and welcome to Drive Spark. I'm Promeet and the car that you see with us today is the all-new Kia Carens Clavis. Now this is the facelifted version of the Kia Carens. And they have added the word clavis because clavis in Latin means the golden key. It is a word clavisauria that means the golden key, and that has been added to this because this now gets way more features than the Carens. And let's quickly start this video and I'll tell you everything you need to know about this all new MPV from Kia. So let's start talking about the front end of the car. Well, the design almost remains the same, but you get a lot of elements. Now, first of all, you can see this headlamp unit. It is new. You get the DRL unit that's present over here. You get the 3 ice cube LED headlamps. Now, it's entirely an LED unit. You do not get separate fog lamps over here, but now you can see you get the camera over here and a front parking camera. Obviously, this is for the 360 degree and that is for your ADAS level 2. So obviously, these are the radars over here, and if you see the front end, obviously this is the grille and the lower part of the grille is finished in this silver finish. Well, you also have this LED that connects and you get this DRL on the top end variant only. However, there are a lot of variants on this. If you talk about the color options, you get 8 color options in this, and for the interiors, you get 3 color options. Well, the base variant also gets a different kind of a headlight. It gets a single pod bifunctional halogen projector. Well, obviously this is completely LED, but the lower variants get it like that. Now that is how the car looks like from the front end. If you move to the side over here, you will notice that now this gets these new 17-inch alloy wheels, and obviously they are diamond cut, but obviously you have an all black dot alloy wheel in 16 inches, and for the lower variant you get steel wheels as well. You get body cladding all over. If we talk about the ground clearance over here, now you get 195 mm ground clearance, which is technically the same as the Carens, but you can see you don't get a request sensor on the door. You get a brushed aluminum lining. You also get cameras over here, again a part of the 360 degree camera, integrated indicator, body colored ORVM. Then you have silver finished roof rails over here. You get a big panoramic sunroof as well. Well, you can see you get some amount of silver finishing over here as well, and that's your fuel filler cap. And yeah, you also get a shark fin antenna at the back. Now let's come to the rear profile of the car, and over here the first thing that you will notice, you get the Carens badge, but you get the Clavis badging as well. Kia logo over here, 7 DCT, that means this gets a 7 dual clutch transmission. It also gets a manual, it gets a torque converter, and it also gets IMT. So there are a lot of combinations as far as engine is concerned, gearbox is concerned, so you can choose from a lot of variants. Now let's quickly open the boot. And to open the boot, obviously there is a request sensor right over here, that's the camera. And there you have it. You have a 216 liters of boot space. Well, obviously you can fold the third row down as well, and you can get a lot more space. But with the third row up, you can see you can keep 2 cabin bags over here, and you can keep like some small bags on top of this as well. So 216 liter is what you get with this with the third row up. The boot lid is not that heavy thanks to the hydraulic struts. So yeah guys, this was the all new Kia Carens Clavis, and if you notice, the tail light is also a connected tail light right over here, which you will not get in the lower variants, but this is the top of the line turbo petrol 7-speed dual clutch transmission. So this has all the bells and whistles that you can get with this car. So that was the exterior of the car, and now let's quickly go on the inside and I'll tell you more about that. So now we are at the second row, and you can see over here that the third row. Let me just quickly go and show you if I can fit myself in the third row. Yes, I can, obviously, but not for long journeys. For reference, my height is 6'1", and you can see that I am sitting. My legs are barely touching this seat. This can obviously move forward, and you can adjust the backrest as well. And trust me, guys, this seat has the quickest tumble I have seen. Now, you just have to press this button and see what happens when you press this. So as soon as you just press this, there you go. It automatically tumbles up and you have space to come in and out. And that's a really, really fast thing that we have seen on this car. You just put this up, and obviously you can adjust the backrest like this as well. You have an armrest over here. Now let's come to the second row once again. So going, you can obviously use the center tunnel to go in and out. So you have a 6 and a 7-seater option. Let me just close the door right now and show you what I was showing you from outside. Now this is the sunshade. Obviously it's a very important thing because the temperatures are rising day by day and you need something like this when you're sitting over here. Obviously tints are not allowed. But yeah, over here you can see you get some brushed aluminum finish on the door. You get a Bose surround sound system. You also get this passenger tray over here with cup holder, and this has a Boss mode, but this is a manual Boss mode. You just have to do this. There's a lever right over here, and with this lever you can move this seat front and back depending on how much space you want over here. That's the huge panoramic sunroof. That is your AC vent for the second row, and that is your AC vent for the third row. You get a light as well for the third row, and if you notice, you get the AC controls for the third row right over here. That's your blower speed. You have two Type-C charging sockets, and you also have a cubby hole over here to keep some things. Now this, what you see over here, is a smart air purifier. Obviously it used to come somewhere around here, but now they have fixed it over here, so this occupies also less space. It pulls in air from here and gets it out from here, and it obviously is a smart air purifier, so it will help the cabin keep free from bacteria and your harmful odor if there is some in the cabin. Now let's quickly go to the front row and I'll tell you what all new do you get over there. So now we are at the front row of the all-new Carens Clavis, and first thing, let me show you the panoramic sunroof. So that is the panoramic sunroof. Obviously it opens all the way behind. Obviously this glass opens up, that does not open, but you can see it gives it a very, very airy look, and the cabin also feels much more spacious. You have a sunglass holder over here. This is your LED lights right over here. You can operate the sunshade from here. You have an auto dimming IRVM. Then you can see you get this connected screen. Obviously it's a 12.25 and a 12.25. Lot of information you can get. You get Kia Connect, and obviously you can connect your phone and go through a lot of information about the car. You can get it on your phone. You can connect it through Alexa. You can start the car. You can share your PIN, like your digital key, with someone else if they don't have the physical key. So you have all those features over here. If you talk about the dashboard, you can see there is some soft touch material right over here. There is some brushed aluminum. There is beige. There is silver. You get an ambient lighting that has 64 color options. Now that is your center tunnel. Obviously now this is a 7-speed DCT gearbox. A small dustbin over here. That's your cup holders. Some place to keep your phone, wallet, or the key maybe over here. You have a automatic park brake with auto hold. Then you can see you get ventilated seats right over here. So this is for your parking sensor. This is for your 360-degree camera, your hill descent, and you have drive modes. Obviously you have 3 drive modes: eco, normal, and sport. You do not get traction mode in this, but you have drive mode. As I mentioned, you also have ADAS over here. That's a level 2 ADAS, and you get 18 safety features standard across variants. That obviously includes 6 airbags, EBD, ABS, traction control. Then you have a tire pressure monitoring system. So a lot of things are there standard on this car from the base variant. Well, however, I forgot to mention the lower variants will also get a sunroof, but they will not get a panoramic sunroof. They will get a small sunroof, that is a moon roof over here. So the top end variant only gets this huge panoramic sunroof. And obviously the driver's seat is, you can adjust it electronically, the backrest and this, but the height adjuster is manual, and this seat is completely manual, the passenger seat. So overall, and yeah, one more thing, you get some amount of storage space over here. If you remove this, you can see how deep the storage space is. That's a tray. You can just fix it over here, and that is okay. So armrest does not move, so it's a fixed armrest. One thing which is really cool about this part, so right now you can see over here, this is the automatic climate control, but with a switch of a button, you can see that it has moved to the infotainment button. So yeah, both of them are over here, which is a nice thing. So it's a dual purpose screen. You get a double D-cut steering wheel. Steering wheel is adjusted for tilt as well as telescopic. You get paddle shifters. This is to control your ADAS, and that is to control your infotainment system. You have a Bose surround system, as I mentioned. You have a subwoofer at the back, and you have everything. So this is the top of the line variant, the turbo petrol 1.5 liter, and this has everything that you can expect from the Kia Carens Clavis. And if you see that there is no vanity mirror over here, I don't know why does Kia does not give a vanity mirror over here. There's a vanity mirror over here, but there is no lighting over here. So yeah guys, that was the interiors of the all new Kia Carens Clavis. Mention in the comment section what is the best thing or one thing that you liked about the interiors of this new car. So now we are at the driving seat of the all new Kia Carens Clavis. And let me tell you, the engine option and the gearbox option has been carried over. So it gets 3 engine options. You have a 1.5 liter naturally aspirated petrol engine, then you have a 1.5 liter turbo petrol engine that we are driving today, and you also get a 1.5 liter turbo diesel engine. Now if you talk about the gearbox options, you have 4 gearbox options. You first of all have a manual, then you have a IMT gearbox, then you have a torque converter, and then you get this is the 7-speed DCT gearbox. That's a dual clutch transmission. So let's talk about this engine right now. If we talk about the power, so this produces around 158 bhp of power and 253 Nm of peak torque. And if we talk about the naturally aspirated engine, let me give you the figures for the naturally aspirated engine. So it produces around 113 bhp and around 143 Nm of peak torque. The diesel one produces around 114 bhp and 250 Nm of peak torque. And as you just heard, she said school zone ahead. So obviously this has level 2 ADAS over here, so it is detecting through its map that there is a school zone ahead, so it is alerting you. And now obviously some things that you get is, first of all, you can see you get this blind spot monitoring on the screen either sides. Whenever you give an indicator, you can see that the display from either of the ORVMs comes over here. That is really nice. And plus now this has got some additional weight to it because of the big panoramic sunroof that it gets, plus the other features that has been added to it. So obviously for that there has been a slight weight gain in this vehicle, and to adjust that they have tuned the suspension. Well, suspension is on the softer side, and you will obviously not be able to corner this car very hard because there is some amount of body roll that is present right now. If we talk about the gearbox, right now we have the 7 DCT, that's the 7-speed dual clutch transmission. It's a very smooth gearbox. However, I wish it could have been a little more fast since it's a dual clutch transmission, but overall it is not a bad gearbox at all. It works really nice. You do not feel the shifts, you do not have a jerk while it is shifting. Plus you can see you also have paddle shifters right over here, so you can take manual control of it, and obviously you can move it to the manual mode from the gearbox as well by this, and then you can shift the gears. You have a plus and as well as a minus over here to shift it. Overall guys, it is a fantastic car. And if we talk about the pricing of this vehicle, well, we can expect it to be priced between the 11 and the 19.5 lakh rupee mark. That is the ex-showroom. That's your base variant will be around that 11.5 lakh rupee mark, and the top end variant will be around the 19 to 19.5, maybe 20 lakh mark ex-showroom. And just because it has got a lot of additional features right now. If we talk about the mileage figures varies between 16 to 19 kilometers to a liter. That is what claimed by Kia for the Carens Clavis. So overall it's a very nice car. It is actually a perfect 6 or a 7-seater if you're looking for in the market. So yeah guys, this was the all new Kia Carens Clavis, which is technically the facelift version of the Kia Carens. And I hope you like this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. If you have anything else to ask about this car, please mention down in the comment section and we will get back to you on that. Until then, I'm Pramit signing out. See you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, be safe and drive safe.